suck terribly, as everyone will tell you. The regulars will tell you, at doing coding during live streams. But my main goal with the live streams really is firstly to show everybody that if this idiot here can do this, you can do it too. But the second thing is the community aspect of get to talk with folks like yourselves. So I always say this, but it's true. It's all of you that make this work, not me, right? It's all of you that make these streams cool. Yeah, I think my bandwidth is starting to go up and down. Yeah, Unity acts up quite a lot of times for me. But no, I think we're getting later into the evening. My bandwidth is starting to get a little flaky, as I can see on the numbers here. So we may be reaching the end of this here. I got to go eat soon anyway. And I didn't realize, but I've been streaming for like, what, 2 hours, 40 minutes? Why do you people put up with me? I'm so glad that you do. But I'm honest to God, truth. I do this and I love it when folks come by the chat room and we can talk about these things, because I learn so much more from all of you. Like, I have a list of games to go and play now. So thank you, everybody, for destroying my productivity. Both in a bad way, but in an awesome way. So that too. But I love when talking to developers of any tools, anything at all. I don't care what you're working on. I'm excited by it, and I love talking about it. So does all the regulars that hang out in these streams, and other folks. Look on my page for other streams that I recommend. We all hang out in each other's streams. It's a great community we have. And on the Discord, it's like this all the time on the Discord. So thank you to all of you for making it worthwhile. Well, thank you, Clown. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah. What do I think of Godot? I really like it. I use Godot for my Endless Hurdles game, and I really, really like it. I like that it taught me. So I like, for example, GD script, right? If you think about GD script and you think about how it's like Ruby and all of that stuff, never really had to mess with it. So it's great that it taught me a different style of coding and a different way of doing things. And I just generally like the Godot tool. I will be doing more with that. Endless Hurdles game is done in that, ships on Android and iOS, and I'm glad that I did it in that. I'm glad that I did this one in Unity, and I do want to do a 3D game in Unreal, because I think it's just fun to play with all these tools, right? I mentioned it earlier on the stream. I love rebuilding the same thing in different engines to really figure out the benefit of each one, and just to learn, like, great, I know how to do that if I need to, But GD script really had me thinking in a different way, and I really enjoy it. Even just using, like, I know some folks use an external editor for editing scripts with Godot. I don't. I use the built-in GD script editor. I get that some folks say it's a bit annoying, it's a bit simple. I love that it's teaching me the language, first class citizen, as I'm doing it, rather than like, I use the Z editor a lot for things, but with languages that I know. Okay. And GD script is a great one to learn just by doing it in the engine. Yeah. Try Unity with HDRP. It's completely different. Yeah, interesting you say that. I've not done that, and I have wondered about that. So part of what we do here on these streams with me is we will do things like that and look at things that we don't normally do. For example, I had never written Rust. Always curious. One day someone challenged me and were like, you know what? We did a stream where I went from nothing to writing a very simple CLI tool with Rust. It was fantastic. I had such respect for Rust by the end of that stream. So yeah, we always dive into different things. What do you think about Pygame, that one framework for Python? I have never used it. I've been curious about it. I know folks that say a lot of good things about it. I can't really say any more than that. Maybe I should try it one day. Like I say, the Endless Hurdles game, I built it in many different game engines. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should try Pygame and build it out. It's a very simple game, which makes it perfect for doing in different things. Because I also have like, well, this is what it does. Go build that. So maybe I'll look at Pygame on a stream. That might be an interesting suggestion there. Thank you. Appreciate that. But other than that, yeah, I can't comment on it too much. Do you have thoughts on it? What do you think? Okay, something happened that I've suddenly. It must be these two up here that tripped me into the trillions. See, game balance, right? I'm gonna have to figure this math out, but I've definitely got significantly better control of the balance in this game. Uh, the best way I would say it's an easier SDL2 for Python. Easier thing for Python. I'll try it then. I'll try it. I've never, yeah, like I say, I've never really done Python either, but I feel like I could at this point. So maybe I'll give that a go. Yeah, it's always good because you never know what you may need to work on tomorrow, right? Or the way an industry goes. Um, so that's why I like to, whilst mobile is my thing during the day, that's why I like to mess around with stuff in the evenings. Yeah. Okay, how did I break my math here? It's got to be these, right? It's got to be those. Let me just check. Let me run this again. Or I've got an errant number that's gone nuts somewhere. No, I got a number. Yeah, okay. I got a issue there. No, well, it's not that I've never tried Python. Python is something that I've done a very small amount of because I needed to, and I did just enough to achieve what I needed to. Yeah, it was a little more than that, but I've never done a lot of development in Python. Let me put it that way, and maybe we need to fix that. Certainly, GD script had me heading in the right direction, and that's why I feel like, oh, I reckon I could do this. You know, so I will go back to it now, and I'm trying to think what app I used to. Yeah, no, I've never really done a lot of Python, but I've been interested in it lately from the data analysis perspective too. Yeah, yeah. That I will say it seems a lot easier than C++. C sharp. I'm used to C sharp because of this, and because I did .NET many years ago. But C++ is not something I want to mess with. But you win me over by saying Python is better, and I believe, not better, sorry, easier to learn, and I'm with you on that. Especially being on a Mac and Linux, it's a lot easier to deal with the package management and stuff too. Okay, challenge accepted. We'll see what we can do with Pygame. Yeah, like that. That's a future stream right there. Thank you. All right, I think I'm gonna have to stop here so that I can go eat. We're getting close to the 3 hour mark. It's days like this where I hate to stop, but I feel like I should at this point. I'm not going to stream later tonight because I'm doing this now. However, I think I will do a stream, try and do a stream. For me, it comes down to the simple fact of whether Spectrum Internet is going to cooperate on the bandwidth, which is always a nightmare. But normally I try to do a stream Sunday night, my time. So I'll give you an example. It's 6:45 p.m. for me here in central US. I normally would stream about 10 p.m. So like 3 and a bit hours from now on a Sunday night. Just so you know, I don't have it up on my Twitch schedule because it's hard to keep that some days because of the bandwidth problems. I love Pygame, awesome. For Python, I would recommend Visual Studio Code, not Visual Studio. Oh, that's interesting because immediately I thought of the JetBrains tools, and I use the Z editor, but I do have Visual Studio Code, because I used to use that a lot. So that's actually set up, ready to go. So that's good to hear. Yeah. I also should bugger off. Hey, to all of you folks in the chat room, thank you so much for making this such a fascinating stream with the chat room. I look forward to talking to you all next time. Greatly appreciate you all. You know where to find me on the Discord as well, where we do all of this when none of us are online on streams. You're awesome, and I've got a list of games to satisfy me for the rest of the evening instead of watching television. I'm going to go check out those games. Shenzon, here I come. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Be cool. See you in the next one.